Hello, welcome back to our YouTube channel. My name is Zita.
Hi, my name is Eric.
Thank you all so much for being here. If you are already part of the family, thank you for sticking in. We do not take your love for granted. And if you are new or you just saw this randomly, stay tuned and watch to the end because we have something so beautiful to share with you, and you're welcome to join our family.
Yes, so today we're going to be talking about the continuation of the previous video, which was about how we met and how we knew we were right for one another.
Yes.
So we're going to continue from the wedding preparation, like how we got to the wedding preparation.
To the wedding preparation and all the charade of planning a wedding, from traditional to civil to the white wedding. So just stay tuned and hear our story. I just want to give a quick disclaimer. This is our story. It's not a requisite for anybody or anything. Don't go do what we did because it might not work for you. We're just sharing our story. Like we said, we are going to be honest and transparent with you all. So
Yeah. So, well, I when I had when my wife and I had decided that we wanted to take this to the next level. In an African setting, you need to go to the house of the lady and ask for her man in marriage, for her hand in marriage. So I went and I told my dad, because I had to tell him first that, Dad, I found someone I want to get married to. And he asked me if she was from my tribe. I said no. And then he asked me, where are you going to get money from? Because I never had a job, Yeah, I never had a proper job. Everything was just on the sort of uncertainties. So I said, well, I trust God. God is our Father. I know that He has our backs. He owns all the cattle in the hills and all the trees in the forest. So He's going to provide for us. And my dad laughed at me. He was like, you're not serious. I said, yeah, well, I am. So that's how I left. I went and told my wife, like, hey, babe, this is what my dad said. I told my mom, she was cool. No, my mom, she was cool.
Yeah.
She was just like, I believe God. I trust that God is going to see you guys through.
and same with me. After we knew the relationship had progressed, we told our coach, who was happy, and intensified the marriage lessons, the marriage lessons. And then next, I told my mom. Moms are always the first to hear a lot of the time.
I told my mom first too. That's true.
So I told my mom was okay. Like, just from the way I told her, she was in, she was like, oh, I know, like, this is your husband. I know for a fact. And then my dad asked him to come and, like, let me tell him to come and see him.
Yeah, and that's how we came up with money for the wine, because since we had financial hardship, we saved every penny to buy
to just buy the wine.
It wasn't easy.
It wasn't easy because at that time we did not have like a job. We still don't have, so we have always been we have always been self-employed. So we had to save up money to get the wine, and then we got the wine at the end.
Yeah, and during that time, we never had a lot going on, so we didn't have like multiple streams of income. We just had to do what we had to do. So when I went to the home of my wife and I knocked the door, the daddy opened the door. He said, welcome, how are you doing? I said, I'm fine. And then I said, hey, I'm here. I want to talk to you about something. He said, okay, have a seat. I sat down. So he said, what is it about? I said, I want to talk to you about your daughter. I love her so much and I want to get married to her. I just went straight to the point. He was like, what? And you came alone?
Yeah.
I said, yeah, I came alone because I told my dad. He didn't believe me. He was like, oh my God. So you had to come in. I said, that's how serious I want to get married to your daughter. So he called her.
Yeah, my dad called me and said, this young man has come saying that he wants to get married to you. Is it true? I said, yes. I told him that he had never met him. So I was like, yes. And he said, so you want to get married to him? I said, yes. So he was like, in our culture, kids don't talk about marriage. So him coming alone, my dad was like, what? So my dad said, I appreciate your coming. I see you're a very serious person and you really want to marry my daughter. I mean, going all out even without the support of your parents means you're really serious, and I respect that.
Yeah.
So I will still tell you to go come back with someone,
Some elderly.
elderly person, from your family to do for us to talk about it, for us to proceed. And then he told him to take his wine. Like, I appreciate it. I'm not refusing your wine, because I'm not refusing your wine. I'm just saying that just bring back this wine, but come with an elderly person.
Yeah, and that's how I went and I told my mom, I explained to my dad what happened. He was like, "What? You already went there?" I said, "Yes." So I told him that this is happening.
Yeah, so
So he told my uncle, and then my mom came,
Yeah.
my auntie came, my sister was there. So
everyone. Yeah, so
came
that's how
over.
they came for the second introduction. And
the proper one.
the proper one. Yeah, so
Yeah.
the proper introduction was made, and yeah, it was now official for both families that we are getting married.
Yep. And from there, everything was about dates. We had to
Yeah,
work on
we just
dates.
now had to choose a date and everything. The list has been given. It was now up to us. And we were dealing with financial issues.
Yeah.
And the thing is, we were transparent. There was no this person standing there. We're not like,
No.
I didn't know what was up with him or
No.
him with me. We were transparent. We knew each other's financial status and everything. So
Yeah, and that gave us a lot of strength, because
yeah, it
from
gave us
there,
a lot of strength, because
if there's an issue, I'll just tell her.
we know,
we
we
knock
know,
heads together.
we know.
So we are one still
are-
till
yes,
today.
till today.
We spoke as one, and that made it easier, because I fought for her on the side of my family.
Yeah.
I told them how much I loved her and how important she was to me, and she said the same thing to her family.
My family.
So they had to see it for themselves, and they saw it that
Yeah.
what we were saying was true.
Yeah, so
Yeah, so
so
long story
at
short,
that time we had not done a proper engagement, and then he put together a very beautiful engagement. Unfortunately, we lost every footage of that engagement, but it was beautiful. Invited me out, did the whole movie thing.
and the thing is that I shocked her, because
Light.
she wasn't dressed up or
I
anything
wasn't
like
dressed
that.
up like that. I wasn't expecting anything.
No.
That was, I think, our first official date.
Yeah.
Like, because she said we are going, I'm like, where did he get money from? I was more worried about the money thing than having that moment, because I'm like, you don't have money, so which one is date and everything. So went, and it was engagement. It was beautiful. Yeah, I remember leaving and calling my family, calling my mom, calling my sisters, like that. This is unreal. It's like I'm in a movie. Like, I went, there were petals on the floor, and I kept emphasizing that. I told my sister, do you know what happens in movies where a man, they'll put all these things on the floor, and they were like, really? I'm like, yes, it happened. And yeah, that's how we got engaged. And then we had to
Let's choose the date for
choose
the
a date
traditional.
and everything.
The traditional we choose the 29,
Yeah.
and then coming with the date came responsibilities. Now we have to be
Yeah.
responsible for.
So even before we
money.
chose the date, we did not have money. So
No, we
we
didn't.
had a disappointment, because we're doing something that something came up. We knew we were
Yeah.
gonna get cash from there
And
to
we didn't get
talk
the-
about wedding. So the monies did not come.
And we had already engaged.
We are like, you know what? We'll still put the date,
Yeah.
and then let God
handle
take
the
care
rest.
of it. So we used faith and put the date 29 for our traditional wedding.
And our friends
Or we just said
supported us.
we're going to get married on the 29, and then yeah.
Our friends were supporting us with scriptures from the Bible, talking about abundance, faith.
Yeah.
I mean, it's very, very important when you have
Yeah.
people like that around you.
Very, very important. The people you keep around you is very important, because they support you and they keep you single-eyed. The Bible
Focus.
says, let your eye be single
And your whole world.
and your whole world, be full of light. So we were razor focused on what the Bible says concerning God's faithfulness, provision, and all of that. That's the only, we did not see impossibility. We saw only
possibilities and goodness. Like the
Yeah.
Bible says that a man, that when a man finds a wife,
He finds a good
and
thing.
obtains favor from
Yeah,
God.
so we're like, God, we
Well, on
know
these
favor is
scriptures, we
coming.
held God.
Our friends were like, if you have people like that, there's no room for discouragement.
No.
And we were so
We're so
virulent that if you say anything contrary to what
They just ignore you.
we just ignore it, like so
Yeah.
yeah. And just like that, the wedding came, and
Mm-hmm.
prior to the day before, even not before the traditional wedding,
There was a date.
there was a date that we're supposed to give monies for
Yeah.
preparations and envelopes and all of these things.
Mm.
And no, for the traditional wedding itself,
Yeah.
we had to give
traditional
money
wedding,
for some
food.
food, to assist for food and
some
all of that,
small
and
stuff.
the money was not there.
No, it wasn't there. And they kept calling.
And they
kept
were calling, but
Oh my
before
God.
then, you got a job, a wedding gig, you know.
Yeah.
So we're now like, thank God. So on that day, the client had not paid. We were shooting the wedding, so they were calling. My mom was calling my phone, and I just told her, just wait.
Mm.
And then thankfully, the client just gave the money, and then we paid.
Yeah.
So that's how it saved the day. And at every stage, God came through for us. At
Yeah,
every
every stage.
stage, God came through for us. We did our traditional wedding. It was beautiful.
Mm.
And then in the process of our traditional wedding, I remember talking with your sister.
My twin sister.
She did not even know we did not have plans, because we knew we did not have money. We were just going to do our traditional and then the civil, and leave it at that. Then we're having a conversation, and she mentioned something about a wedding dress. And that buying wedding dresses, that there are sites online that you can get wedding dresses for very cheap amount. And we looked at each other and we're like, I'm thinking what I'm thinking.
Bad
And I was
idea.
like, oh no. And we're like, then let's do wedding.
Yeah.
So we're like, but babe,
God-
if we are trusting God for traditional wedding, then He who is able to do traditional can do the white.
More
you
than
know.
we can ever ask things.
So that's when we brought the white wedding in the picture, and it was like a disaster. The idea felt like
anybody who heard.
no way, like guys, no, this is too much. But then we're like, it's happening.
We're going straight for
We're
it.
going straight for it.
And that's how we decided to come up with the location for the what's it called again? The after party.
Yeah, we decided we're going to do the wedding and the after party at the same place. And then on talking with someone, the manager of Azam Hotel just accepted to give us the hall at almost nothing.
Yeah.
You know, and he was just like, we are going to give you chafing dishes. We're like, us from nothing having a wedding and
I mean, Azam Hotel in Bamenda,
like,
come on,
it's
it's
a
big.
3
It's a
or
big
4
thing.
star hotel or something like that.
Yeah.
I don't even know, but at that time, my goodness, it was something. It was huge. So
the other issue was the person to solemnize.
the another issue we faced was someone to solemnize our wedding,
Because mostly in churches,
yeah,
you need
we're
to
not
be
going to
a
any
member
church.
of a church for the
Yeah.
pastor to solemnize. So she told her mom, and her mom said, "Don't worry, I'm going to talk to somebody, a pastor who's going to help." And she told him, and she said, "See, there's these 2 kids, these my kids, they need to get married, they love one another and they love God."
Yeah.
You know, that she knew in her heart of hearts that it wasn't about church, but these people love God and they need to get married ASAP. So he just like bring them. We came, we had the conversation, asked all the relevant questions, we answered. He said, "Okay, let's do this."
And it was like
And
all in. He
helped
came
us.
in the whole church.
He brought
It's
his choir. My
and
God,
everything
the
that-
Flames choir, they came.
Yeah.
Beautiful voices.
Beautiful. It
Oh
was
my God.
nice. So another thing that we during the planning was our wedding, our traditional wedding dresses. Oh, my God. Like if you are planning a wedding, whether you give your dress to the tailor or the designer 2 years before, check on him,
Yes,
take it,
please.
wear it, make sure everything is perfect, because guys, I had the
assumptions.
disappointment of my life.
Yeah.
The dress I was supposed to wear till today, I've never worn it for anything because it came out horrible. We had given the dress, they paid even in full about 1 month to our traditional wedding. But this guy kept telling us, no, I've cut the dress, it's just to sew it, I've done this. And then the night before, he said he's just left some finishing touches. And he would just point something at us. We're like, show us, he will not show us. And on the day of the wedding, we came, my dress was not ready. My husband stood there and he finished it and gave him. Mine came out something that I could not even wear. Thankfully, I'd sewn something as my second dress, which ended up being the dress that I wore for my traditional.
Would have been disappointed.
It would have been a disaster.
Yeah, and
So,
that's how we went for the traditional wedding, and thank God everything went so
went
well.
well.
You know,
Yeah.
and since we had already engaged on the white wedding aspect of it, the pastor accepted that he was going to solemnize the wedding. We needed to come up with a deposit
Oh my
for
God.
the reception.
The
So
reception.
thank God, with help from our family and our friends, since we never really had a job,
Yeah.
they helped us. We paid for the deposit,
You paid for the deposit.
and then the hall, the hall for the wedding, everything was really fine. You know,
Yeah.
it was a neutral ground hall we were using. It wasn't a church
It
per
was
se.
in a church per se.
So on the wedding day, I always told my wife that I don't want to go late for my wedding. You know, I always said that. So on that wedding day, with a lot of pressure, my dad and I jumped into the car and we're driving to the church, to the wedding venue.
I wasn't ready. I was still doing my hair and makeup. He was already on his way to church, and I'm like, God, seriously, I got so pissed. I was crying. I ruined my makeup.
Oh my God.
Like, how could you go to church leaving your best man behind? All the bridal trail were still, because they were dressing in his house.
Place.
I was supposed to dress, I was with my sister-in-law, and I was supposed to dress at the hotel.
I don't know, I was so frozen. Like,
he was like,
I don't know what came over me. I bypassed my best man.
His best man stopped the car.
And then my dad was the one driving.
And they just
so my dad was just flying before I had to just wave him like,
it was
what's
crazy.
happening?
Like the wedding pressure is like,
it's real.
No, it's real. It's real. But one thing over the years, even working in the wedding industry as a makeup artist and him being a photographer, is I always tell brides, the day will come and it will pass.
Yeah.
If you leave your stress level to spike up to 1,000, it won't change anything.
No.
The day will come and it will pass. So just focus on
what's at hand.
What's at hand, you know. And there is really, your wedding is perfect for you.
Yeah.
There's no such thing as perfect wedding.
The
wedding, no, it's perfect for you. It's about getting those moments and making the best of that day, making your memories that you, because you're going to live with them for a lifetime.
I'm telling you.
You know, so we were just focused on making the best out of it. But that day, with the whole him going to church early and all the, like, I got so pissed, I cried, I ruined my makeup, but at the end of the day, he came back, settled in, and then we all went to church, and it was beautiful.
And the crazy part is the people called us for the reception ground, but needed the balance, or else we're going to kick everybody out. So God help, the pastor just said, these people are getting married. If you guys have something, support them. And people came in droves. People supported us. When we got to the hall, it was beautiful. Everything was just perfect. The choir was singing. We marched into the hall. And then my best man said, hey, the guy said you guys have to leave.
And we just took the money and gave nothing happened.
Like nothing happened. Everything continued.
Yeah.
But it was a very, very beautiful experience.
Beautiful.
You know, and that's to go to say that, you know, when two people have decided, you know, stick to it.
Stick to it.
You know, if you guys are sure, you know, if you know that the work that you are bringing is 100 and the other person is bringing 100, stick together and make those decisions. Because when you start bringing people in, I'm not saying you should have people, but there's some information that is better when it comes from both of you.
Yeah.
Before going out, or else there's going to be a lot of confusion.
There's going to be
because everyone will have their own opinion.
Of course.
At the end of the day, but it's your day, it's your wedding.
We had a lot of issues prior to our wedding. It was not like anybody was saying don't marry this person or don't marry.
No.
And these were relevant issues, because the only issues that kept coming up was you guys don't have money. It's finance.
Yeah.
And then how are you going to sustain this marriage? You are going to get married to someone's daughter and starve them to death and all of those things. And let me tell you guys something. Marriage is work.
Yeah, it is.
It's work. But now you look at the person you are going to marry and truly be honest about the work that you're going to put in.
Yeah.
So the truth is, whether it's rich or poor man or whatever, it's still work. So when you look at it, I knew what I was getting into. He knew what he was getting into.
Definitely.
And we sticking together and proving to our families that it's not some love ornament that was on us that we're just so crazy about it. We were two serious people, knew what we're getting into. It made them now start getting confident. building the confidence in us, trusting that yes, we knew what we're doing. Because there are some people that come up to us now with this same issue and say, but you guys got married without money. I'm like, but you don't have the minds that we had.
Yeah.
Are you sure? Are you sure that you sustain? Because hunger is real.
Yeah.
Hunger is real. Poverty is real. It comes with its issues. Do you have the mindset to sustain it? If not, don't try it.
Yeah, don't try it.
Don't wait. Because seriously, others will get married the next minute because those are issues that were raised up. What if tomorrow she cannot stand it? She cannot, you know, she will leave you, or what if tomorrow pressure comes in? Are you guys sure you'll be able to sustain and everything? But we were so sure.
Yeah, we were so sure.
We were so sure.
If you watch our video of how we met, it really make a lot of sense.
Yeah, so we stuck together. We believe that him bringing 100, I bring 100, and then we got at the center of it. We were able
to overcome
anything, any and everything.
See today,
and that's what it has been for us, you know. And we took those baby steps to where we are today. Thankfully, with 3 kids, and yeah, so that's been our story.
Yes, and guys, we talked about teamwork. That was very, very important for us. Knowing that we were on the same team and we didn't want to hurt the team.
Yeah.
So we did everything in the interest of the team. Not of what people were saying.
No.
It was about the team.
From dates to everything. And that's communication is so important. Yeah. There was nothing that he was trying to prove. We lived our lives, nothing to prove.
Everybody was just, I knew her, she knew me.
Yes, we're just, that was the situation. Yeah. And the same thing goes for, especially for ladies. They're like, no, the man has to. There's no, to us, I respected him as a man. I respected myself. He respected me as a woman. There was no such thing as he is the one that is supposed to do this particular thing. At the end of the day, it's our marriage.
Yeah.
It's our home. It's our union. And it's about also whatever we do inside, we come out to tell the world. It's us.
Yeah.
So you never know who is doing what.
No, you never know.
You never know.
I think there have been situations where you know, where you hear the woman saying that I did this, I did that, or the man saying that. No, we never had any of those kind of mix up. You know?
No, I could sit there and say no, or he sits there and say I would do the knock door 3 years ago, 3 years after, because I didn't have money. But no, we sat together and we're like, okay, what do we need to go for this knockdown? He said we asked the price of the wine, and together we did what we could do to bring out the money together.
It wasn't supposed to be.
It wasn't supposed to be anybody's.
Like the man has to buy the wine, or else.
Before what? It doesn't guarantee anything.
I mean, come on.
So it's just about you guys sticking together.
Yeah.
It's just about writing your story and knowing that you are the lead in that story.
Yeah.
Write
characters in the
story. You make your story how you want it to be, and let it play out the way you want it to. Yeah. It's your relationship, it's your union, it's your future. Do it the way that works for you, in as much as it doesn't hurt anybody, and God is on your side.
Amen.
Everything is gonna be okay. So thank you all so much.
Thank you so much for watching,
and see you in our next video. Stay tuned to this channel because there is so much more for us to spill and talk about.
Yes, please don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, tell us what you want to know. Just ask us. And we're gonna be honest, straight to the point, and transparent
as best as we can. So thank you, and see you on the next video.
See you. Bye.
Bye.